Welcome to Live, Let Thrive, a podcast about the Airbnb life, the share economy, and everything in between. Here are your hosts, Myka and Steve.
Hello.
And welcome back to another exciting episode.
Live,
Let
thrive.
Thrive.
What is up, Myka, man?
I'm chilling, Stevie Stacks. How you doing?
Good. I'm doing great, man. Just woke up from a nap, so I'll get my coffee in me, ready to throw down on this podcast.
A midday nap. You can't beat that. You're living a good life.
I guess so, man. This is episode 160 of your favorite Airbnb, VRBO, Turo, Lyft, share economy, podcast, real estate, all that in the world. And we're coming at you live from Fort Worth and Arlington, Texas. What's up, y'all?
Man, how's it been, Stevie Stacks? It's been a little minute since me and you, right? I think, yeah, it has. A couple weeks.
It's been a few weeks. It's been going good, man. Just getting the arbitrages up and running, and that's pretty. As you do something, you get more efficient with it. You see what you gotta. You see like red flags, and you see warning signs, and you see like green flags. Just things you say, okay, this is what we want to look for, and it's just been it's a learning process, and hey, the main thing we're profiting, so that's the big part.
There you go. Got to be profiting. So how are you? How many are you up to now?
6 arbitrages.
Man, you're moving, dude.
Growing steady.
Congratulations,
Got one
you're moving.
and talks on the next one. So
That's dope.
yeah. Real quick funny story, man.
Okay, go ahead.
We're going to dive into it today. We're going to talk about a lot of stuff, especially the Clubhouse Live event that you went to. That was off the chain, rubbing elbows with millionaires and billionaires. Yeah. You did say something cool about that. We'll dive into that after my funny story. But you did say it was something that stood out. You put on Facebook. He goes, you said you enjoyed being the dumbest person in the room. I thought that was pretty powerful.
Yes, sir.
And so anyway, and everybody knows Michael's a really smart dude, so that must have been a smart ass room. And so anyways, a funny story. It just happened today, actually. The VA, because 2 of my units are still being run by a service, and they're using the VAs to do most of the work, and that's fine. They're growing their business. That's cool. And so the VA reached out to me. Hey, Steven. So this lady said that a sofa broke on its own at one of your units. Do you want to charge them or just let it go? And I was like, well, I need more information than that. And she sent me like a message from this person, and it said, hi, the what's it called? The armrest, one of the armrests in the sofa fell off on its own accord. We didn't do anything. Sorry to bring it up, and have a nice day. And I was like, let me dig in a little further. So I looked up this person's profile. 0, they just started Airbnb, 0 reviews, all this red flag stuff. And I'm like, I said, I'm leaning towards charging them. Any more information you give me? Oh yeah, well, we just charged them $250 for smoking weed inside the place. And so I was like, why didn't you tell me that first? I would have been able to answer easier. I was like, well, if they're in there smoking pot and hanging out, then they might have broke the damn sofa. So anyways, I just like it's just dealing with these VAs. It's a little backwards. But so yeah, I told her to charge him for the sofa, and but the sofa's still functional. Thank goodness. Just even I sent a picture to Sarah. She said, just push it against the wall and put the side table on the other side. They'll never notice it. And hopefully I get paid out $350 for a new sofa. So we'll see how that goes.
So, okay, so your new units, are they all in Dallas?
Yeah, they're all in Dallas.
Okay. So with that being said, have you been watching the news?
I saw the article you sent me.
Yeah,
they're starting to do the Arlington thing.
I see, and I don't know if they're going to lean that way or not, and I was, we just picked up, I think, 7 units. 5 are coming after April 9th. If the 5 are going to be ready for the move on, I'm either going to use Sarah or this lady from Clubhouse that I met. So I'm kind of like, I was kind of hesitant, like, dang, should I not go get them? Should I get them? You know, and I'm still doing the 30-day play a little bit, but the only reason I like the short-term play is because, which I have my own website, so I don't really worry about it too much. I do like the fact that I can, you know, do short-term in between the long-term. So I'm not always looking for a long-term. So I was just wondering, are you kind of hesitant or are you going all in? Only reason I was kind of hesitant is because I'm about to pick it up in the middle of the regulation, then it hits, and I'm like, damn, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's your thought process?
I guess the way we should we've talked about it in the past is approaching this business is always make sure it works first as a long-term rental, and then if it works as a short-term rental, you know, Airbnb, that's like icing on the cake. And so if you go into these deals, you find a place for, I don't know, for $1,000 a month, but you know you can at least get $1,800 a month on, you know, Furnish Finder or whatever, long-term, 30 days or more. But you see it as an Airbnb making you $25,000 to $3,000 a month, you know, yeah, that would be great money. But if, like you said, if regulations hit, at least I can get, you know, at least I can make something on it. You know, at least I can make $1,800, 15 to 1,800, whatever that dollar amount is. So I always go into it, like we've discussed before, it has to make sense as a long-term rental. Because, I mean, anywhere regulations can hit, man. I mean, Dallas was like the safest bet for a long time. And another thing with the articles I'm seeing, and it's hard to tell which way it'll swing, but it looks like they just want them out of the neighborhoods, out of the houses. You know, they don't want Airbnbs that had people's houses anymore because it's, you know.
And that's what I was kind of looking at too. But then, you know, host compliance, they bring that into the play. That's where the problem lies. So I'm like, that's where I was like, I don't know. So it's interesting. I'm going to keep my eye on it. I think I'm going to still get the units up because I'm going to be total, man, I'm going to be real busy because I'm going to have 6 going at one time, furnishing them up and getting them up. So I think I'm going to still move on it. And then if anything hits the fan, you know, we'll be ready to pivot. So
and here's one thing that we've been, and I've told you before on the show, we've been looking for units that are already furnished.
Mm-hmm.
So that, yeah, so something like that happens. And of course, we write it in the contracts. Hey, if the city or if the HOA, whatever, shuts us down, we can, you know, 30 days notice we're gone. And so always have that in the contract. And then plus, if it's already fully furnished, then hey, we didn't buy nothing. We just leave. Peace out. You know, that's what I've been looking for. Even if I have to pay a premium for that, I think it's a good it's a safer bet.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Good move because I've been watching it, so I'm just kind of keeping my eye on it.
But yeah, I'd be a little nervous too if I'm about to spend 5 G's on each unit, 7 units. That's $35,000. I'd be a little nervous about doing that if regulation might come down the pipe, you know.
Dude, I met a lady who is partnered with major furniture stores in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, and she's charging people like $3,500 for full setup.
And she'll set it up for. She'll set it up for you and everything?
Yeah, she has short-term rentals of her own. I haven't seen her work yet, and, you know, so I can't compare it. So but she talked to me. I talked to her at Clubhouse Live. She's had quite a few units herself. So I was like, oh, snap. But her advantage is she's partnered with these furniture companies, so she can get it in quick. But yeah, that was one little plug. So it was just great to be in an environment where you could just find a connection for everything. You know what I mean? There's just so much power in the room.
Oh, yeah. All right, so yeah, let's jump into that Clubhouse Live event. How was it? What is it first of all? What was it first of all, and how did it go?
It was hosted by our good friend of the podcast, Alvin Hope Johnson. He pretty much got everyone. He just pretty much made an event at Texas Live. It was originally scheduled for the Snowmageddon weekend, so he had to reschedule it. So, man, it was just awesome. People flew in from New York, from Atlanta. Man, I'm talking. I met Jay Massey. I met Poppy Massey.
Jay Massey was there?
Hell yeah, man. Heavy hitters were there, man.
Oh, shit.
I met Jay Massey. I met TJ, who's been on the podcast. I met Alvin, of course. Got to rub shoulders with Alvin. And then it was quite a few people. And then I got some heavy hitters coming to the show off this connection, but it was just awesome. It was just a straight real estate environment, short-term rentals, long-term rentals, multifamily development, just everything you could possibly imagine. How to build up lines of credit, how to trade your personal credit for business credit, like how to get millions of dollars in lines of credit funded. I was just like, man, my mind was blown at some of the stuff I learned. So I want to implement it first before I put it out there what I learned. So I want to implement it, see if it worked. Then I'll come back and tell the show about like everything I learned to see if it works. But it was just mind blowing stuff, man. You really realize your network is your net worth, man. That's really what it comes down to. It was awesome. Just awesome.
Did Jay Massey remember you?
Yeah, man. I talked to him. Talked to him. He had like a little whiteboard out there. He started teaching the class outside after the conference was done, man. He was out there blowing minds, man. He's a smart dude. And Poppy Massey, which is Jay Massey's wife, is actually going to become Mahogany's mentor. So we got some big things in the works, man.
Wow.
Yeah, so Mahogany's actually putting her 2 weeks in. May 17th, she's going to drop her 2 weeks at her job. So we're really in full grind mode. She's going to work her business full-time and the Airbnb full-time, and then we taking off, man. I was like, dude, this is the year we got to take off. You know, so exciting shit happening, man. I'm just real excited about everything I learned, the people I met. So it's been a real good week.
So they spoke a lot about real estate, about buying real estate. What did you learn about that end of the spectrum?
Really just to keep doing what I'm doing. The buying side, I'm really on, but one of the main things I took away was becoming the bank. That's where the real power was for me. This guy named ML Billion, he got up there and he was like, look, man, I'm gonna tell you, he goes, I own 14,000 acres of land. And I do it because I'm the bank. He accumulated, I think, 800 million in business credit just by buying and selling companies using business trade lines. He bought and sold all these companies, man. Dude had like men in black with him, security with him. Like, when he comes through, I'm like, shit. I was going to the bathroom. One of them asked me where I was going. I was like, hey, I'm just going to the bathroom. So, but man, it was so powerful when he talked, dude. He just gave he's like, okay, I'm gonna tell you what he said. He was just like, hey, who in here can touch $100,000? All hands went up. 200,000 hands went up, some went down. He's like, 300,000 hands went up, hands went down. 1 million. One hand stood up. There's a couple hands still up. He goes, 3 million. Hands start going down, right? He goes, look around this room. He said, from my perspective, I see billions of dollars. And I'm like, we're all like, what? He goes, how he built up his credit. He said, what you can do is all you need is 10 people with a 700 credit score. This will give you access to millions of dollars. I was like, what? So he broke it down. He goes, what he did with his family. There's a billionaire talking to us now. He said what he did with his family. He took all his family. He made sure they all had a 700 credit score. After he got them a 700 credit score, he gave them enough credit cards that would give them $100,000 apiece. He pulled the money off the credit cards, the $100,000 off the credit cards, and he went to the bank with $900,000. And then he told them, hey, and he called these banks. He called calling banks. And he said, hey, if I open up a business account with you and I drop $900,000 in your bank today, would you 3X it in a line of credit? He said, you're going to get some no's, just like doing an arbitrage play. You're going to get some no's because somebody's going to say yes. So 900,000, I think times 3 comes out to like, what, 2.8 million or something like that?
Whoa.
2 point something million, right? They gave him that in a line of credit. He says, then you take a chunk of that and go to the next bank. Tell them, hey, I'm going to drop $1.8 million a line of credit into your bank today, but you need to give me 10x me in a line of credit. He said some of them go say no. He said you call another one. They say, hey, I'll do 5 times. Sold. You get your 5 times line of credit. Now you've become the bank, put everything in a trust. And he said, when my kids want credit cards, they just come to the family trust. I was like, whoa. And he was like, he buys land. And then what he does with all the money, he flips businesses. He buys businesses with the lines of credit. And like, he breaks down how he wants the businesses. He needs the business to have political power. Is it loanable, sellable, and does it have political power? It was some powerful shit up in there, man. I was like, blew my mind. I was like, yeah, I got to try that.
Damn.
So, yeah, I was like, dude, he was right, man. He goes, man, I'm thinking to myself, like, we're always looking for, what's the bank loan and man, you need to be the bank.
Be the bank.
You need to be the bank. The point of Monopoly wasn't to buy properties and get a hotel. It was to be the damn banker. It was to be the banker, bro. We missed all. Like, man, we missed it. He's like, it's to be the banker. Who has all the money? The bank.
The bank. Hell yeah.
Like, yeah, it was powerful, man. I'm excited, man. I'm on a high off that shit, man. It was a good time, man.
You run out of paper taking all them notes?
Dude, I really did, man. I took note for note every word he said. That's all I was able to repeat it because I'm April 12th because I closed on my house on April 9th. We closed on the 1031 property. Once that's closed, furnished, I'm really going to close on the 5-unit deal in Dallas and the 1031 property. So once that's done, furnish those up. After we furnish those up, we start doing the credit play, start getting our credit inquiries all off, and then we're going to start seeing how we can leverage our business lines of credit, man. So I'm excited.
So you can get credit inquiries off of your credit report?
Yeah. And if y'all need help doing that, holla at my girl Tiana Cruz. She's going to be on the podcast soon too.
Oh, Tiana does that.
She got the whole paperwork to do it, and I'm just following the paperwork, man.
Oh shit! I need to hit up.
Tiana. Get your credit right. Get your credit right. Once you get your credit right, because your goal, man, I'm really telling you, your goal is to get business credit. That's where the money is.
Yeah.
That is where the money is. So, your goal should be to transition everything off from yourself and into business lines of credit. And one thing I'm doing now, since I know Mahogany's quitting her job, I'm happy Mahogany's putting in her 2 weeks because it set a fire under me. I'm like, yes, because I told him, like, look, because we're going for baby number 2, and I'm like, look, just go ahead and put your 2 weeks in. You're struggling. She was just stressed. I'm like, man, just forget that. Well, that ain't why we live in life, for stress on jobs. Fuck that. So I said, put your 2 weeks in on May 17th. She puts her 2 weeks in. It just set a fire under me. I was like, man, I got to find a way to start getting paid for my business, increase income. And, man, I just came up with a bunch of creative ideas, man. I found new credit cards that are going to help. I found a way. And one thing I found was really easy was paying yourself if you own the property is way easier. So pretty much my company now, I have to look at it as an arbitrage company. And my CPA said this year. He's like, on your taxes, because, man, that Airbnb play I took a hit, man. I took a hit on that Airbnb move I did when I bought that stock and I pulled the money back out. I had to pay taxes on that 13.6. I was like, shit, but it was okay.
I still made money though.
Yeah, we still made money. You know what I'm saying?
It's a good problem. Yeah.
So I ain't nothing out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
So I was like, man, I got to go ahead and figure out how to pay myself. So what I did was I'm making sure, you know how I'm saying if a place don't make 500, I'm not touching it. What I found with the one good thing about owning a property, I can lease it to my LLC. My LLC pays me rent every month. So that's what I'm doing. So I'm making sure every property pays me at least $500 in cash flow and rent every month. So then I can get more properties if I'm up to 20. Plus, I'm still getting cash flow from the Airbnb short-term rental side, corporate side. But that's just on the personal side. It's paying me.
Here's one thing that stood out to me when you're saying that, just hitting up all those banks and with the different, lines of credit and millions here and there, you have access to millions. It's like one of the things that I always hear come up on Bigger Pockets is like, don't quit your job because you gotta keep accumulating properties. Even if you're making, it's gonna make it real hard to accumulate properties if you don't have a job and if you're self-employed. Like, man, if you got millions already lined up, millions and lines of credit, you don't even need your job anymore. I mean, if you're already making more in your business than you are for your job, you don't have to be tied down to it. Then you can really start growing.
See, and that's where like a lot of these people live off. They live off lines of credit, keep the cash in the bank, keep their cash on hand for big investments. You know what I mean? So this is what I found. Like with the line of credit thing, I'm hesitant. I'm not quitting my job yet. And the reason why is because I haven't found the play, and maybe this will help me in the future. I haven't found the play of where you can refinance properties very easily without a job, without, and you being self-employed, which I know there's ways out there. I just haven't taken the time to study it, which that's one on my to-do list, because I know Kyle Stanley talked about it as well. That's on my to-do list, but that was one thing I was like, okay, if Morgan's off her job, she works her business full-time and our business full-time, the possibilities are endless. You know what I mean? The time factor that she has now to impact our businesses, plus we get the lines of credit going. I'm like, shit, all I need is 300K lines of credit. I'll be up to 10 houses in no time because I'm going to just be burning the bad boys. So that's all I need. I'll be up that at no time. So, and then I get up to 20 houses, you're good to go. And then you keep doing the arbitrage play. Because the reason I like the arbitrage play is because I can pick up houses in the middle of a rehab, you know what I mean? Or while I'm getting this property up and running.
Yeah. And another thing with Mahogany, not working or just, putting in her notice for her job and you're definitely gonna make her a real estate professional, right? I mean, that's where you get the big tax benefits. Is what she becomes. She has to work a certain amount of hours on y'all's real estate business.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look it up. Really, she becomes in the IRS's eyes, she become a real estate professional, and y'all can write off
Really?
all kinds of shit, man. It's like, yeah, it's the next level. They talk about that all the time when the tax person comes on Bigger Pockets or the other shows. Yeah, she'll become a
Really?
real estate professional. Of course, she's got to, she's got to work a certain, you know how to do it.
Oh yeah, I'll have to look it up because I know.
It'll be easier to say it
go
now
ahead.
because she won't have her full-time job. Now this will be her full-time job. Like you said, working on y'all's on Airbnb.
Smart idea. Okay.
So yeah,
Professional.
you get to write off a lot more stuff, man. It's big time. It's a big bump.
I have to check that out, man. So yeah, because I'm getting my license. I'm gonna start getting my license on the second I roll in my classes. So
Okay.
Go ahead.
Yeah, like she don't even need her real estate license or nothing. She just by doing a certain amount of hours in in y'all's real estate, she's a real estate professional, and you could file your taxes like that, and you save a lot more money. You get a lot more write-offs.
Oh, I'm gonna roll it by my CPA. I know he'll know.
Oh
He's
yeah,
all big on that. He knows all types. Man, I have a good ass CPA. Yeah, man. So what's in the future, man? You got another one lined up? How's everything coming along?
we got another unit lined up, and another Dallas unit, and it's coming along good. This one is right there in Uptown. Uptown's a really prime location.
Mm-hmm.
Everything's walking distance, Katy Trail, all those bars and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And this she's clearing everything through her HOA. She has this unique situation where she can rent out her place like in a different manner than the other people that had moved in, after her, because she'd been there for a while. So they grandfathered her in where she could rent it out on a shorter term basis. So I mean, I might this might be like a big find right here if I could do a short term rental right there in Uptown, and because I mean it's a prime location. Plus it's already furnished. I don't got to do, and it's got a little bitty backyard. I mean, man, and pet friendly and all that stuff. It would be a great play just as like a long term, But if I could Airbnb that thing. Anyway, so we got that one in talks. That she just wanting to know more about our business model, and she saw. I guess she went to our website and saw the word Airbnb, so she's a little bit, asking about that. Of course, it's all about how you tell her how we're gonna do the thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
We rent to corporate professionals, and we just utilize Airbnb to fill in the gaps, blah 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 blah. Whatever. So that's going on. Yeah, what were you gonna say?
Oh, I got a gem for your website, but go ahead.
Oh, cool. Remember that website, Jim. So that's going on. I'm looking back into Padre. I want to get me a spot out there. So it's actually a buddy at my work hit me up, and he's gonna go to Padre. He's gonna go check it out for the first time. And I started sending him, hey, look at this kind of. Oh man, yeah, maybe we can get one. I said if we got one together, we can get something nicer, better on the beach. And then he said I can manage it for us, no problem, make us some money. Yeah, that sounds good, man. That sounds good. So I'm learning I guess partnerships is not as scary as it used to be. I
love partnerships.
Yeah.
Dude, I've picked up 10 properties through partnerships.
Right.
Makes life easier. Go ahead.
It does. And so yeah, I'm learning to not fear partnerships as much, because I mean it's been really smooth with Federico. He's a beast, right? He takes it to the next level, and we're going over our mindset together too, like as far as systems. He's all about systems, man. Because he explained how with the timeshares with you guys, how he said he could, if he just did it the same way he started at the very beginning, like managing y'all's timeshares, he said it would be like a full-time job, 8 hours a day doing all this, doing all the listings and everything. But he said the reason he found a more efficient way to do it to save him time is because he's lazy. He don't want to do all those hours. So he made all those system programs and spreadsheets, and boom, all color coordinated, and all you got it. And the best part of that was it's teachable, and he could teach other people to do it, and then it takes more burden off of him. I was like, man, that's genius.
You do it, man. That's how you got to live and do it, man. So what I was going to tell you about your website is you need to start capturing the leads off your website. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but shout out to our guy, Peter Francis, fan of the show, is going to be on the show. This guy's going to give you a bunch of gems, but it's this app he told me about called Tidio, Tidio. And I just got a hit off of it today using this stuff, man. So what you can do is you install it on your website, and it's a little chat bot. That's all it is a chat bot. And you can just say, hey, how you doing? Just like we see on these other websites.
Yeah.
Like, so today somebody said, I need a 2-2 near Dallas Methodist. But when they type in their information, if they're logged into Google, Safari, whatever, you automatically get their email comes up. And then you can set up an integration where their email automatically goes into your MailChimp. So even if you ain't got nothing, or if you give it to somebody else, they're now a part of your marketing platform. So yeah, look it up. It's called Tidio, man. It's been a game changer, and it's easy to automate because you can let any VA just download Tidio to their phone, connect it to your chat bot, and it's automated right then and there. So man, so it's been a lovely week, man. Just been learning a lot, man. It's crazy how your life changes when you're just learning so much information and taking it in.
Man, your brain must have been on fire at that event.
Oh, dude. I got so much stuff I need to do. It's like, man, dude, I love those events because they make you leave with a guided direction. Yo, this is what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Awesome, man.
I like, in a way, because a lot of it tailored to short-term rentals.
It was just real estate in general, man.
Okay.
Real estate in general. Like, it was short-term rental. Every type of real estate was in there.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
It was a lot of minorities, right?
Mainly, yeah. Mainly, it was a largely African-American crowd.
That's
a few
cool.
people here and there. It was some of everybody in there. But, yeah, it was mainly African-American crowd. But it was dope. So dope.
That's cool, man. That's cool because I picture, Jerry and his billionaire, a good old boy club. They got their big old nice fancy hotel, but they got minorities in there trying to figure, get this thing going.
Figure it out. Right?
Yeah, figure it out, get this thing going, and then we'll be owning y'all's hotels next.
I'm happy you said that. That's a play in the future, man. That's a play in the future. A hotel ownership. That's a play in the future. And that's one thing I kind of pulled from this trade line thing. I'm like, man, if we could pop this off and grab a hotel, man, dude. Not only grab a hotel, and then turn it into like a boutique hotel where you have kitchens, bathrooms. You know what I mean? Change the game up.
What's crazy is like, every time we gain more knowledge, we look back at like opportunities that we had in the past. You're like, God dang it. If I'd only known now what I knew then, I could have scooped that up and I could have been making some money off that. What crosses your mind? You had something.
No, that right there is that is the most famous Jay Massey thing ever. Move at the speed of instruction. You can only move at the speed of instruction. If you don't know, you don't know. But if you know, move at the speed of instruction. Take actions. You know what I mean? So that's why I learned that from our confidence. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm about to go take some action. So that's really what it is. You got to move at the speed of instruction.
Yeah, no, that's I like that. Because, like, for example, back when my agent over there in Padre, Leilani, she's saying her boss is going to retire. He's got like these 20 units and he's selling them. Because he was managing like 20 units, just the old school management. It was South Padre Island real estate, whatever. Back the old school where they charge 30%, to run your shit for you, and then plus, they have a location there where they go pick up the keys, and it's all old school, right? And he said, yeah, he's getting out of the business. He's going to retire, and he's selling each one of his units, each one of his clients' units for $500 each. And I was like, just back in the, back before I was even thinking of arbitrage, and I was like, oh, no, I don't know about that, Now, fuck, dude, I would have got 20 units, $500 each. They're already fully furnished. They're already fucking pumping money. If I would have known then what I know now, I'd have picked up 20 damn arbitrages. $500 a piece, man.
Easy. That's $10,000, man.
Yeah. And so, but I didn't know. Plus, he was selling a hotel/restaurant, dude, for like 1.1 million. And I was like, how the hell am I going to get 1.1 million? Oh, I guess a friend of mine said, oh, you can go get a business loan. You can get this and that. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But with that stuff,
somebody that knows how to get it.
Exactly. And there was like a 25 unit hotel came with a restaurant, came with several pools, and it was like, I mean, I was like, even if I just bought it and then just sold each individual unit off, I would have made my money back right away and then some. I would probably double my money.
Easy.
I just don't know how to do these big deals yet. And that's what you're learning. That's what you're rubbing elbows with these big dogs. So an opportunity like that comes up, you'll know what to do.
Yeah, and if I don't know what to do, I know who to call. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, it's beautiful, man. We just the hard work that we've put in on this podcast for the last 4 years, the people we've been able to meet, you know what I'm saying? That's power, man. The people we have access to, that is some powerful shit that we sometimes don't take advantage of. I'm like, man, we sometimes don't take advantage of these relationships. Man, and now the one thing I noticed everyone in that room talked about, everyone got to where they were through relationships. Every last one of them. They're like, dude, you got to have relationships. You got to build rapport with people. You got to let people know what you do. Let people know what you're looking for. So when I went in there and I thought about that and I changed my Clubhouse bio and I changed it to everything that I'm looking for. Hey, looking for distressed properties in the Little Rock, Arkansas area. Looking for multifamily investors to partner with for short-term rentals. Looking for business lines of credit, trade lines. So I changed that so people know what I'm looking for. You know what I mean? Then people can help you. They can't help you if they don't know. You know what I mean? So that was the most common thing I noticed. Most common thing.
Relationships, the power of relationships.
Yeah, it was relationships. That's what everyone kept saying. It's relationships. So.
Yeah, that's when is the next Clubhouse Live, man?
I think in August. And
are you going to that?
Hell yeah. August in the ATL. So I'm flying out. I gotta go catch that, man. So it'll be a new environment, and I'm definitely gonna network my ass off while I'm there. So yeah, I will definitely be in the house. So if you want to go, definitely follow Alvin Hope Johnson on Instagram, Clubhouse, wherever you may be, and he'll definitely be posting that information. So I'll definitely be there. Yeah, that was powerful.
Alvin Hope Johnson, the man.
Yeah, dude. He's a laid back, cool dude, man. I kicked it with. He's a cool ass dude. Like, if you walk past him, you just wouldn't know. That's the thing. You never know who you're around, man. Like, he's so laid back and cool. I was like, damn, this dude's pretty cool, man. Like, first walked in, I was like, hey, Alvin. And I told him, he was like, yeah, you're on my podcast. He was like, oh, yeah. So, yeah, and he met me and Mahogany. It was cool, laid back time. Yeah. His approachability is crazy.
That is awesome, though. Just the mindset alone being there,
Yeah.
Just instead of, I always see like on the TV and stuff like that, like from us, our minority counterparts is like, we're the victims, they owe us. Once you switch that around, ain't nobody owe you shit. You got to go out there and get it, man.
Facts.
Then you're going to start moving mountains.
Yes, sir. Facts. That's really what it's about, man. Take control of your own neighborhood. Buy your own shit. Get your shit back. That's one reason why I love. Matter of fact, we have a powerful guest coming to the stage about that type of life. Our guy, Chris Senegal, man. He's gonna definitely change perspectives and the big shit he's doing in Houston. Like, he's literally buying back the neighborhood. So when they try to come gentrify him, he already owns the block. This is powerful stuff he's doing. So I want y'all to definitely check out that episode. He'll be on shortly. But yeah, man, it's been real powerful. All the people I've been able to meet and the stuff that I've been able to learn. So it's just a blessing, really.
That is cool, man. I'm still going steady and right now, like I said, we're doing getting one good property at a time, one that we know it'll be profiting on day one, and that's just an approach we're taking right now. Mm-hmm. But as we start utilizing that, getting my business credit, because there's been a few like really nice spots I found in Dallas, like really fucking nice, that they want, but they said to do corporate, they want us to use our sign up through this different way you sign up with your business, your business.
You got a business though, right? You have artist rentals, right?
Yeah, we do LLC, but we don't have any We just started, so we don't have any business credit built up yet.
You got a business bank account?
Yeah.
They gave you a business credit card,
right? Not well. I just had the debit card. No, I didn't.
Oh yeah, that's the first thing you get day one. Get you a business credit card. Then you swipe everything off that.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the only thing you need to be swiping is everything on your business credit card. Whatever's in your debit, that's just what your limit is. Pay it off like that. And just build your business credit up. And then what you do is start ordering stuff from people where you can get a trade line. Get you an Amazon Business Prime account, and they'll give you an account number. And then that's now a trade line. Then get you a Quill account, Granger. No, don't. Quill, I'm hearing is not reported anymore, but Quill, Granger, Amazon Business Line of Credit, Shell Gas Card. It's another place called Shirtsy. They'll open a trade line for you. Like you can put your logo on your shirt, Argis Rentals, and they'll open a trade line for you. Just open up a bunch of business trade lines, and once you have your DNB, open you a Nav account, nav.com. Go on there, sign up for their $30 a month service. They'll open a trade line for you, and when you go check your DNB, you'll see how many trade lines you have. And then what you do is start opening it up with other banks. So now you've been open, I don't know how many months. Go to another bank and open another one. And then what they'll do is they'll start offering you credit cards, but tell them, hey, the day I open this account, I want a credit card attached with it. So when we opened Mahogany's new business, we walked in Wells Fargo, where we already had a business relationship, and they gave her $30,000 the first day. Yeah, so definitely good. Business credit's powerful, man. I could go all day with this.
So how long did it take you to build yours to where you could use it just to rent things and stuff?
About 2 years. About 2 years. No, what did I do in the arbitrage plays at that place? Probably 3 years ago. So about 2 years, a year and a half, 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, a year and a half, 2 years. Because maybe make sure you're filing taxes on that LLC too every year.
Yeah. So this year,
yeah. If they say that 2 years and then you say you're profitable for 2 years, man, they'll just start throwing money at you. For real, they see that you're a profitable business, man. Because I think most businesses fail their first 5 years or something like that. So if you have a 4 or 5 year LLC, they love that.
Now you're a fan of multiple LLCs?
Yes. I haven't started. I only got 2. One for my business, one for Mahogany's. I do plan on getting a third and a fourth. I'm going to get an LLC for every house. I do plan on doing that, and then create trade lines between the 2 LLCs using what is that place called? Is it Dun & Bradstreet? Using one of them, create trade lines between the 2 LLCs, and then get business credit on both. So yeah, business credit's huge, man. You can get 0% APR credit cards for like 12 months, and then you start up arbitrage off 0%. You're getting hit with 0% interest for 12 months, so you can go ahead and get your arbitrage paid off. So it's just multiple things that you can do. And remember, business credit don't show up on your personal credit report. So then that's how I'm still buying and refinancing houses, because my business is separated from my personal.
Yeah, it doesn't throw the debt to income ratio out of whack.
There you go. Yes, sir. There you go. That's what I love about it.
Nice, man. So what does the future hold for you?
Man, my goal is to get up to, I don't know, I think like I said, I do want to do the 20 arbitrages. And once I'm done with the 20 arbitrages, I do want to start focusing. I'm doing both. Like right now, 20 arbitrages, get about 20 houses under me. Once we have the 20 houses, the 20 arbitrages, I think we'll be sitting good. I think that's where I want to be. Just 20 houses, 20 arbitrages. And then after that, I do kind of want to move into the multifamily space.
Okay. Why don't you just hop into that right away? Multifamily.
I'm thinking about it. I got a plug. I talked to Alvin, and he showed me a good little program that he has, and I'm thinking about it too. My goal would be, if I do hop into the multifamily space right now, I would want to leverage my short-term rental knowledge. So if I was to get a multifamily and I was to partner with a deal, matter of fact, any multifamily people out there, if y'all are willing to do this, since we got a crowd of people listening, let me go ahead and pitch what I want to do. I would like to hop into the multifamily space, but the 20% of the leases that usually would go to corporate housing, I want to take those and make those my short-term rental or corporate housing leases. So if I would want to partner with someone, so then we have leases day one. So that is something I want to do so that I can get the equity and get the short-term rental piece. So I just really want to leverage my knowledge on that. So that is one thing I want to do.
Nice. So would you be open to like a syndication or something, or you just want to buy it just you and maybe one other person?
I mean, it don't matter how many people in on it, but I would want that as one of the I wouldn't say, yeah, as a contingency, you could say, is to be able to partner with them and then also be an investor and be able to do the corporate leases on 20% of it.
Okay. And why 20%?
Well, that's what usually most apartment complexes they hold for corporate leases is 20% of their space.
Yeah, but we're different than them, though, aren't we?
What do you mean?
That's the old style way to do it. Why can't you do 100% short-term leases and corporate leases?
And you could do it that way, but I'd rather just stick to the traditional 20%, let the rest go to the bank, and all your investors get paid. And it's not too confusing for everybody. Just do your 20 like normal, and then go that way.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Yeah, that's how I want to run the play.
Nice. Yeah, man. Good episode.
Yes, sir.
Good episode. Man. Did you ever hear from the other guests that were supposed to come on?
No.
Nah, they just kind of fell through. Hey, y'all gonna come on the show? People out there, you gonna hop on the show? Come through. Don't stand us up, because time is money. And but it's good. We got an episode, me and you up. That's always fun to do. And even though it's short notice, we always have stuff to talk about.
Yeah, man. We're always doing something, man.
What's funny, because you're talking big things over there. I'm still, hopping, we cover both ends of the spectrum. And I do want to do big things like in the.
You're doing big things, man. Big things gonna come. You just do it one day at a time.
Right, one day at a time.
I've done the play where I've done the one at a time. Then I just 5-10 exits. That's all you got to do. Right.
But here's another funny thing. There was a two bedroom, one bath. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, or 2-bedroom, 2-bath over there in Dallas, right? Another one. And it's this older complex, like in the middle of these giant, big brand new complexes like Oaklawn area. Really nice area, but it's just like this one that's like the last one standing. You got the new ones all around it and shit. And the lady that owns it, she was gonna let us do corporate, whatever, and she didn't want Airbnb. She was saying she didn't want short term, and another stipulation, she didn't want any pets. And I was like, it's been on the market for a long time. I'm like, I mean, maybe, if you allowed pets and corporate, I mean, it was a good price, but I was like, man, so many of these travel nurses, so many of these traveling people, they bring their pets nowadays, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just gonna handicap you. How are you gonna make money doing that? How are you gonna make money renting a place that doesn't allow pets at all?
You know what though, and let me kind of break that down. Like when people say have all this red tape, like we just walked away from a deal today because there was too much red tape. Like if it's just too much, like just crazy stuff. Like, hey, no pets, 30 days only, no Airbnb. To this point in my business, I'm to the point where it's like, this is my business model, and if you don't like it, we're moving on. Because we have to be like that. Because it's like, don't bend your rules. You know what I mean? If you have your rules, you're a good company, you're gonna get a yes. Don't bend your rules, man. Like that's how we just, it's crazy. We literally, me and my two partners, we had this conversation today. We're like, look, if they're putting all this red tape out there, we just gotta go on to the next deal. You know what I mean? We're offering to get 10 units from you, and you can't fit our needs, then we got to move on.
Yeah, you need me, I don't need you.
There you go. You know what I mean? Because when this moratorium's up, I'm pretty sure some people in there ain't paying no rent. So, and I don't know how fast you're going to be able to fill all those people not paying rent. And I don't know how fast, I don't think you're about to just be able to take them to court day one. So you better start taking advantage of these leases. Of us good paying Americans.
You know what else inspired me, man?
Yeah.
Okay, did you watch the UFC Friday night? Ngannou
I missed it, but I watched the replay of it. I was like, God.
Yeah, dude, he's a beast. Originally from Cameroon.
Yes, sir.
And then he and I went back and listened to him on Joe Rogan podcast. It was a great podcast. It was a month or so ago. And he actually has this crazy backstory how he you know, he was over there in Cameroon, you know, of course, dirt poor. Since 10 years old, he was just, I mean, to get to do work, he was just shoveling sand. I mean, you imagine shoveling sand at these sand pits, whatever, at freaking 10 years old. And makes you strong, though. And, and so he just tells about this being dirt poor, not having money for a class, to have a pen and a piece of paper to do anything in school, and not having money for clothes and all this stuff. And he just had it. It is so cool because I'll send you the ep too. But he just had this mindset, you know, and he wanted to be, he knew he was going to be the champion. He thought, at first he thought it was going to be boxing or whatever. And he just had this, he needs to get out of here. He needs to get out of this place, you know, and he didn't know how he was going to do it. But he just had this, he goes, he had a dream. He goes, most people in where I'm from, they don't have any dreams. And they just content. If they get food that day, they're cool with that. And that's it. And they're going to just work the pits. He goes, but I had this dream to get out of here. And he said, like, when he was 22 years old, he made a trip, you know, across Africa to get out. You know, he went to Nigeria, went to Niger, went through across the Sahara Desert. You know, he's talking these crazy stories, 50 people in this like Tacoma pickup, little bitty Tacoma pickup going across the desert, no water, and just he's holding on to the side for dear life. You know, if you fell, you were done. You're gonna die out in the desert. And he goes, just cramps, you know, from his hands holding on to this freaking side with 50 freaking people in this little truck. And he just tells a story of how he finally made it to Morocco, trying to get over to Spain, trying to get over to France. I mean, it's this long, this harrowing tale where he almost died several times, getting chopped up by barbed wire, getting beaten by, you know, soldiers and all this shit. But he just kept in his mind, he has this dream, right? And there's nothing's going to stop him from accomplishing this, right? He didn't have no money, didn't have nothing, man. Crossed this freaking, this water and this freaking kiddie pool to try to get across. And I mean, the story goes on and how he finally made it to France, you know, got into a gym, started doing good there, started doing his first fights, and finally made it from there. He started getting some steam, you know, knocking people out, getting over to the United States and doing some fights. And now, I mean, long story short, he went through all that shit. He's a millionaire now. First thing he's doing is helping out his former, you know, where he's from, and he's building schools and building gyms and doing all this cool stuff. And just he didn't forget where he came from, you know, and it's just like, if he can go through all that shit. All he had in his head was a dream, something that he wanted to accomplish, and nobody was going to stop him from it. And he accomplished it, and he became the heavyweight champion of the freaking world, right? And you know, a millionaire on top of that, and he's over there using his money and influence to help his former community. And it's like, we're spoiled here. We have everything. We have
first world problems.
We have it. And people complain all the motherfucking time. And yeah, and then they don't want, oh, you know, we can't do nothing to the rich people. If he can make it with nothing, literally fucking nothing, then what is anybody's excuse? What is my excuse? Oh, I'm tired today. I don't feel fuck. I don't have any excuses. Nobody has any excuses. So that was like an inspiring story. Saturday he became heavyweight champion of the world, and I'm like, man, if he can do it, anybody can freaking do it.
Yep. It's all about mindset, bro.
That's it. Keep that dream going. Don't let anybody. Everybody's trying to tell him he's dumb, he's crazy, don't do it. You know, why are you doing that? Just be content with blah 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 blah. I was like, he didn't listen to anybody because he had that dream in his head. And so yeah,
I just call it the subtle art of not giving a fuck. Straight up, man. You gotta content. This is what I'm doing. Don't ever let nobody stop you. Don't let nobody distract you. Me and Mahogany had a whole conversation about that. It's just about being focused. Focus. If this is your goal, don't let nobody distract you. Let nobody's energy come in and take that away. Man, stay on top of it, man. For real. Once you have that energy, little things are going to come up, and it's just going to be a test. Is this going to get you off your game? Don't let it get you off your game, man.
Right.
You have a purpose. Everyone has a purpose and an end goal. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So once you don't let nobody don't take nothing off of your mind off of it. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have bumps here and there, but keep on pushing.
Yeah. Don't let no one kill your dream.
Straight up, man. LLT
in the house. Yeah, man. Great up. Where can people find us?
Find us on Clubhouse, Instagram. I ain't really been posting on Instagram, but find us on Clubhouse, Instagram. I'm going to get back on it. Email us at liveletthrive@gmail.com. If you want a Clubhouse invite, it's just to say what's up. If you got something that'll help us out, if you're a multifamily investor and would love my proposition, hit us up. But yeah, that's where you can find us. YouTube. We try to drop an episode every Wednesday. I don't think last Wednesday we dropped one. I think I was in Vegas or something. So yeah. One question for you, Steve. Where's a good place to stay in Cancun?
I've never been to Cancun. I've never been. I've been to the other coast. No, she's never been either.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm looking at some Airbnbs out there. I thought y'all knew a good spot. Okay. That was my last
one warning on that is I know it's like it might never happen or whatever, but they don't have a lot of the what are they called, carbon monoxide detectors over there, and everywhere, all these places, old, it might be older places. Everybody uses gas, right? Oh. So I mean, it happens. People die from that. You go to sleep, there's a gas leak, you're fucking dead. You can't smell it. You can't. I mean, you might. They're supposed to make it where you can smell it, whatever. Yeah. But just be careful. And then you can even buy one to plug in over there. Go to Amazon, pay $10 and buy a carbon monoxide detector.
Definitely adding that to my to-do list. Okay.
Yeah, just to be safe, because I mean, there's a report people, families dying or staying at an Airbnb, had a gas leak no one knew about, and
maybe we should stay at the resort.
Cancun, you probably stay at an all-inclusive resort. Why not? Fucking yeah.
Because it's like 6 of us going though.
Oh, okay.
Would an Airbnb be better?
That's a good question. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I've never been. I mean, the resorts are pretty cool. It has the swimming pool, has the gourmet food, all that stuff included. You probably get a damn good deal in an all-inclusive space right now, so you might try that.
Yeah. Okay. Definitely. Thanks for the heads up. So yeah, I'll be in Cancun for my 32nd birthday. I can't wait to go.
Oh, when is that?
May 26th. So we're going to roll out May 28th through the 31st. I think somebody's birthday is your daughter's birthday, right?
Right, May 27th.
I knew it. I was with somebody. Lupita or your daughter's? Okay.
Lupita's the 12th, May 12th. Yeah.
Oh, dang. They're all Mays. We're all Mays, too. I'm May 26th. My mom's May 6th. My niece is May 28th. And Mahogany's grandma's May 17th. And Mahogany's mom's May 19th, I want to say.
Dang,
like
a lot of Mays. May Day.
Yeah. Made up. Yeah, man. But yeah, man, thank y'all for continuing to listen to us, man. This podcast has been awesome. I would even say this podcast has been life-changing just for us, the people we've been able to meet, the connections. Man, without this podcast, half the people at that event I went to wouldn't have even known me. But a lot of people have been on the podcast, and they was like, oh, yeah, you might give me, So it was cool, man. It was love, nothing but love in there, man. So thank y'all for continuing.
Cool. Yeah, and we like when we get guests on and see what they do after the podcast. It's like, oh man, it's so cool.
Speaking of it, man, that's why you should have came. You should have came, because the first person that asked me, the first person I went up to was Jay Macy, and he goes, "Where's your partner?" I was like, "Oh man, he ain't coming." Yeah, so you gotta start coming, man, because Jay Macy asked about you.
Man, that'd have been cool. I should have went. Next one, yeah. I'm going.
ATL, let's get it, man.
Oh, it's in the ATL.
Yeah, it's an ATL.
Oh, nice. Cool.
Let's do it.
All right, man.
All right. We'll
see you.
Out. Peace.
Later.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Live, Let, Thrive. Be sure to tune in next week for all the latest in the world of Airbnb and all that entails. Bye-bye.